I was photosynthesizing my dinner when the storm hit. We'd had a hot fall with plenty of sunshine, you know. Good eating. Anyways, it was a Friday and I was anxious for the weekend. That's when everyone comes out. Kids are here for baseball games, couples come for picnics. That's when all the action happens. I love people watching.
Ah yes, the October storm. Of course it's officially called Lake Storm Aphid, although I've heard some hipsters refer to it as the Arborgeddon. It was the most snow ever recorded for Buffalo in the month of October.
Ooh, I remember that storm so well. Such tragic events are hard to erase from one's memory. I was billowing my long branches in the crisp autumn air that afternoon. The birds really loved to watch me dance.
Snow started falling around 2 in the afternoon. That wasn't too unusual. I've seen it happen in October before. Just flurries though, you know, gone the next day. This time it was different.
Now I was minding my own business, trying to ignore some pesky squirrels who were rudely scampering in my limbs. Squirrels can cause damage, you know, and they scare off the birds. Then the snow started, throwing the humans into quite an uproar.
The snow started, and I felt a little chilly. But then came the terrible thunder and lightning. Ooh, it was horrible. Never in all my years had I experienced something so awful. My beautiful branches bent and buckled under that wet, wicked snow. They ached and snapped off under the weight.
Thunder and lightning started. Most of us trees got pretty nervous. No one likes lightning. Terrence over there had an uncle who got struck once, split him right in two. Terrence reckons that means he's got a smaller chance of getting hit himself, the old fool.
I wasn't too concerned until the lightning started. My great-uncle Heinrich was hit by a bolt of lightning once. That fateful blast split his trunk in two. Clearly, the chances of two relatives getting struck is minimal, so I took comfort in knowing it wasn't likely that I'd be hit.
Boy, that snow was heavy. I held out as long as I could, but eventually some of my smaller branches just started snapping.
We trees are not invincible. Too many poor souls were lost as a result of that malicious storm. My neighbor, an elderly oak, leaned dangerously close to me. I got an awful scare.
I lost my big limb, though, and a good portion of my branches. Our park has been devastated. Approximately 4,000 trees from the city of Buffalo had to be cut this spring. That's not as bad as Amherst, though. That poor town is losing twice as many of us. I hear 8 out of every 10 damaged trees will be cut down. Rumor has it the town wants to remove any risky trees now while it can still be reimbursed federally. It's a shame, you know. Some of those trees might recover if they were just given a chance. But there's all this talk about, quote, not having enough leaves to photosynthesize enough energy to last more than a year or two. I guess the town figures it will save money.
When all was said and done, I'd lost nearly half my crown. I was lucky. The city officials came through to check things out, and they order anybody who's lost more than half cut down. It's sad, really. I watched a whole family of Japanese maples go down this spring. Now, if I didn't know any better, I'd say it was discrimination.
Eventually, that wretched snow melted off, and arborists came through to evaluate our losses. Of course, they thought I was fine. I am of strong spirit. But I saw so many of my kind neighbors marked for removal. My dear heart breaks for them.
I find this tragedy to be heartbreaking, but we mustn't lose our heads. There's still hope in new sprouts, and I hear recycling has become more popular in the past few years. Hopefully people will figure out how to use our debris to create new things and not waste its immense potential.
The storm was rough on all of us trees. Everybody lost someone they loved. Friends, family, neighbors. I guess the only real hope we have is the young'uns. Some people really care. I've seen them planting new sprouts here and there. It will take a while, but someday we can revive this city. Most of us trees are tougher than we look.
I suppose we can all take some comfort in the prospects of rebirth. You know, reincarnation. I personally hope to someday come back as a cardboard box, or some paper for a lovely book of poems. Yes, that should be ideal. Anyways, we must triumph over this utter destruction and show the storm that we are eternal.